You guys, I am so excited. I got a huge download and I know that this is going to be understood by you guys, but it might be a little bit confusing the way it comes out of my mouth this time. But I want to invite you guys to give me the grace to say whatever comes in. I have an understanding in my mind and the way that I'm going to share it. However it comes out, just let it absorb into your body, and your mind will eventually sort out what I'm saying when you're ready to understand it. So people underestimate their power, and I just realized how much I'm underestimating mine, even though I'm still manifesting some big things in a short amount of time. All right, so this is how we time travel, and this is how we shift dimensions. I'm going to explain this the best way that I can. So try not to logic this out, okay? Just hear what I'm saying and ask Spirit to show you the truth of this for yourself so you can understand. I know this to be true, what I'm about to say. I just may not explain it in the way that you can completely understand it. So allow Spirit to show you what this means for you. So based off of our emotions, that kind of shows us what trajectory we're on. It shows us what frequency we're on based off of how we feel. When we get a download and it feels amazing and we get the chills and we call it a download. We get the chills and we feel like we just got water dumped on top of us and it feels amazing and we feel this surge of energy. Sometimes it feels orgasmic. Sometimes it feels overwhelming. Sometimes you might get tears in your eyes. That's shifting dimensions. You're actually coming into alignment with your higher self. So what that means is there's a part of you that's already living out your reality somewhere in a dimension. And so when you allow yourself to feel those higher vibrations, it allows you to move into that dimension so you can see it. And if you can see it long enough, or you can be in that sensation, that feeling long enough, you will have to see it in your physical reality. It's just your mind that prevents you from realizing it. Your eyes are real, realizing. And so when we stay in that frequency in a long amount of time, an extended amount of time, we start to see synchronicities. We start to see the little breadcrumbs that show us that help open us up to be able to see that we already have created everything. We literally just have to let go of belief systems and paradigms and limitations that we've created from being in the third dimension. And so what I'm saying is pay attention to those synchronicities. If it's repeating numbers, or if you hear a word that you just said, like maybe you talk and the television's on and the TV finishes your sentence, or a song says that same thing that you're saying. It doesn't matter. That's one set of synchronicities. Another set can be like Ganesh coming up lately. Janie talks about the elephant, and then Crystal and I both post and talk about Ganesh at the same time. And so those kinds of things are showing us the different dimensions that mirror the representation of Ganesh and the elephant. So we're always speaking the language of our higher self. It just might come out based off of the dimension we're functioning in. And as coaches, because we're all coaches, I don't care if you think you're a coach or not, you are. You're a leader. You're in here because you're a leader. So understanding that when you can observe other people in the dimension that they're living in, it doesn't take away from where you're at right now. It doesn't affect your reality unless you allow it to, because you are the creator of your reality. And whenever we start focusing externally, things are going to start to get confusing, because we're not focused on our trajectory. We're not focused on our breadcrumbs, our synchronicities. So my invitation to you guys is to consider what I'm saying about the reality already having played out. It takes a lot of pressure off of needing to know how. It takes all the pressure off and allows you to just float in the stream of consciousness, of your consciousness. What are your impulses telling you? What are the synchronicities explaining to you about what's going on inside? So you can shift your perspective, your projections, to reflect and mirror what your higher being, what your highest consciousness is already living out. That's why it's so easy to visualize when you get into that vibration, because when you're in that vibration, you start seeing through the eyes of your source, through the eyes of the creator within. And when we don't see, and when we create resistance inside, it prevents us from actually being able to see through our third eye. We start seeing with these eyes too much. We start seeing from the third dimensional aspect instead of from our heart, instead of from a frequency and projection aspect. Anyway, I hope you guys have lots of questions about this. This is amazing. I'm really excited to hold space for this concept. I know that we talk about it, masters talk about it, but knowing that it's embodied inside of me, the knowing to be able to explain it and hold space for you guys, the frequency of this is really exciting. Like, I can't even explain to you the impact that I know this is going to have on my reality, what I'm creating and my certainty and what I'm doing, but for you guys too, and how you're going to impact the world with this knowing, because it makes everything effortless knowing this. It makes it a lot easier to anchor. It makes it a lot smoother to transition in and out. It makes it easier to not feel like you have to focus on what the ego wants to focus on, because now there's a higher purpose. You know that there's a higher reality available to you, and you just have to work in this dimension to clear so that you can bring the power of all of your multiple aspects into one focus in one place and one time. So anyway, I hope that you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye. I love you.